CNN has spectacularly turned on the Democrats over the government shutdown that has now been going on for 34 days. CNN host Brianna Keiler schooled transgender Democrat Congresswoman Sarah McBride on the Democrats' role in ensuring the government remains shut.
It's on Republicans to figure this out. They control the House, the Senate, and the White House.
No, but let me.
And so I'm not going to sit here
But you're in the House,
yeah.
But you know in the Senate there's a 60-vote threshold. The president is calling for that, the nuclear option, to get rid of that. And I hear you say, you're saying Republicans are making a choice. Democrats are also making a choice.
Online commentators were shocked to see CNN calling out the Democrats, with this person saying, "Good for CNN, they are starting to move to the right and I love it." And this isn't the first time CNN has taken a Democrat to task over the shutdown.
Democratic senators from New Mexico, your home state, vote to open the government so that these SNAP funds are not at risk?
Let me be clear. The administration is choosing to starve American children with money that they already have appropriated.
I'm not applauding their tactics.
By the White House.
Well,
this is a choice by the White House.
This is also,
Congresswoman,
this is also a choice by Senate Democrats to not vote to open the government. Yes, it is. I understand why they're doing it.
And in a shocking move, even the Democrats' own John Fetterman is turning on his own party, blasting the shutdown.
Deeply distressing to know that 42 million Americans are going to lose their SNAP benefits. And now that's one of the big reasons why I refuse to shutting our government down. And again, I feel like the Democrats really need to own the shutdown.
And whilst the Democrats are trying to shift the blame into Republicans for the shutdown, Speaker Mike Johnson is just not having it.
Here's the first one. The obviously false claim of the Democrats is that Republicans have closed the government. I've heard them say this myself. You've all seen it in interviews. They're blaming the shutdown on the Republicans, and it is patently absurd. The next slide will show you the simple fact, the obvious fact that everyone can see. It is Republicans who have voted to open the government 14 times. Now, remember how this came about. Back in September 19th in the House, Republicans in the House voted to open the government, the clean continuing resolution to keep everything in operation. Every Democrat except one in the House voted to close the government. But we still passed it because we have the majority. And so we sent that bill over to the Senate. And 13 different occasions, 13 times, the Democrats have voted to close the government. Republicans voted yes every time to open it.
Republicans are desperate to get the shutdown resolved as it is having wide-ranging impacts on crucial operations across the country.
Controllers are coming off their worst weekend for staffing shortages since the shutdown set in more than a month ago now. Between Friday and Saturday night, there were 98 staffing trigger reports at FAA facilities. That's the terminology they use. That means controllers had to make changes, rerouting planes, delaying flights, and beyond to keep the airspace safe with fewer people on staff. Controllers are considered essential staff, are required to continue working even though they are not being paid, have not been paid now for a month. The Transportation Secretary says, well, some of them have used sick days. Other controllers are taking time off to work jobs that will actually pay them.
But while CNN is starting to see the light and questioning the Democrats about the shutdown, 60 Minutes is still drinking the Kool-Aid, with Trump being blamed for the shutdown in his latest interview. The president maintained he would not be extorted into reopening the government.
The problem is they want to give money to prisoners, to drug dealers, to all these millions of people that were allowed to come in with an open border from Biden, and nobody can do that. Not one Republican would ever do that.
My understanding is if those health care subsidies are not extended, premiums will double for many of the people that are on it. And I was looking into it. 3/4 of these people will see their health care premiums double. Live in states where you won in the last election. I mean, even here in Florida has the highest number of residents on Obamacare in the country.
And I'm saying we can fix it, Nora.
You have helped end these government shutdowns in the past when they came about, and you did it by bringing.
I'm very good at it, but I'm not going to do it by. I'm not going to do it by extortion. I'm not going to do it by being extorted by the Democrats who have lost their way.
And whilst both sides battle it out, Elon Musk revealed the real chilling reason the Democrats refused to end this shutdown during his podcast with Joe Rogan.
The reason you have the standoff is because if the hundreds of billions of dollars to create a financial incentive to have this giant magnet to attract illegals from every part of Earth to these states, if that is turned off, the illegals will leave because they're no longer being paid to come to the United States and stay here.
Wow.
And then they will lose a lot of voters. The Democratic Party will lose a lot of voters.
And they would have a very difficult job if this is kicked out of reintroducing it into a new bill.
Yes.
Especially once things start normalizing.
Yes. So, in a nutshell, the Democratic Party wants to destroy democracy by importing voters, and the Republican Party disagrees with that.
And the ruse is that if you don't accept what they're doing, then you're a threat to democracy.
Yes.